Hello people, welcome to another Darth Hater Datacron guide. This time we are taking a look at the planet Balmorra for the Imperial side. So even though the Republic and Imperials both come to Balmorra, they do so at different levels. The maps are a little bit different. They're not using the exact same maps, it's different levels, so it's a little bit different. There will be a separate guide for the Republic Datacrons. A couple of them are basically in the same location and the same directions to get there, but it's a little different. So this is the Imperial one. So here we are at the Balmorra spaceport. Just got off the spaceport, coming over to the taxi guy here. And the first place we're going to head is up here to Bugtown. So we're going to start here at Bugtown up north, and we're going to work our way counterclockwise around. So we got one up here. We've got another one over here in this area. Let me show you the little map, that'll probably be easier. We got one over here in Bugtown. We've got one over here in the Akara Droid Factory. We've got one over here in something called the Nibre Warehouse. Another one over here in the Goron Canyon. And the last one is over in the Arms Factory. So we're going to take the taxi up to Bugtown and get started. Okay, so as the taxi pulls in to the platform here at the Bugtown taxi, what we're going to have to do first is actually kind of go around behind the platform. And this Datacron is a little bit different from some of the other ones in that you actually need to get a key to unlock it. So we're going to head down this way, behind the platform. Along this little beach here and across the water, there is a vendor that sells a variety of stuff, including the key to unlock the Datacron. So if I show you the map here, you can see the vendors over here, the junk dealer, and I just came around here and I'm going to cross the water here and go by the key. Now you got to be a little bit careful where you cross the water, because if you go too far to the south here, you'll hit an exhaustion zone and it'll tell you to start heading back. Yep, here, there it is actually. You don't want to do that, or else you'll die if you go too far. So just try to stay pretty straight. And you go up over here and you'll see the vendor sitting there on the ground ready to sell you some stuff. Here she is.
You see anything you like?
So the item you want here is called the Lost Code Cylinder. Costs 5,000 credits. Buy one of those, it shows up in your inventory.
Come back anytime.
And you head on back across. And we're going to head back up towards where the platform is. And I'll show you on the map where we want to go. There's a little bit of a broken bridge here. And that's where the Datacron, at the chest where the Datacron is sitting on that broken bridge. So we go back up and around, and we take the path that leads right from where the platform area is, where the taxi was. And you take a fork in the road to the left, you'll come upon the bridge. So here's the broken bridge, and as you can see on the other side there is the chest that we want to get. Unfortunately you can't quite jump across the hole in the bridge, so what you have to do is circle around the other side, and there's a little path that leads up the back side of the hill here. Right about here. So if you could just go around here and come up the ramp where the road begins again, and you can get to the chest on this side of the bridge. Hop off. You got the key, it'll let you open it, and there it is. This is the Datacron in here. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the shuttle and next stop is going to be down south from here. Okay, so now we're back at the Bugtown taxi. We're going to take the shuttle down here to the Markaran Imperial Outpost Speeder. And that'll take us closer to the next Datacron we're going to collect. So we're going to hop on the taxi and head on down south. And here we are landing at the Markaran Outpost. Gonna come on down here, and we're gonna head over to the droid factory, the Akara droid factory, which isn't very far, a little bit to the east of here. So if we mount up and head out to the east, we're gonna head down to the Akara droid factory and grab the second Datacron here on Balmorra. Okay, here we are inside the factory. Once we're inside, we're gonna head to the assembly line level, which we gotta take an elevator to get to. So if you take a look at the map, we're actually going to head over this way. You can see here it says to assembly line. It's actually a heroic area. So if you're doing this around the same level that you actually belong on this planet, you're probably gonna want to bring some friends along. Level 50, it's not really a problem. Some of the mobs might attack you, but you shouldn't really have a problem. Okay, so once we take the elevator down, we're now on the assembly line level. We're going to look for the actual assembly line. You see some of these guys. Okay, so you can see the assembly line stuff over here. Jump over the railing. Over here, you can see all the assembly line stuff going on. It's actually down under this where you want to go. So just jump down. What you want to do is find this little shed that's down here. And there's a little droid, green droid outside it. Find it. It's down here in the shaft. A little bit. It's a little tricky. There it is. You can see it from this angle if you look carefully enough. So you want to just drop down. You don't want to jump. Because if you miss one of these pipes that you have to fall on, you're going to have to come all the way back up the elevator again and try it again. So just kind of fall off nice and easy. And again, just fall off. That's a little too far over. And one more time, fall off. And there you go. Here we go. Got the Datacron right here. Activate this. And this is the AIM +2 Datacron. And from here, you're going to have to fall down all the way and find your way out of here, which is just kind of over here and back around and up the elevator. So I'll spare you guys to travel out of here, you know, as long as you're careful or you've got some friends, it shouldn't really be too dangerous. I mean, it is a heroic area, so keep that in mind, but other than that, the path is pretty straightforward to get out of here. So what we're going to do from here is basically get out of here and head back to the outpost that we just landed at. So I'll take you back over there. Okay, so we're back at the Marcaran Imperial Outpost at the taxi. I just drove back here from the last location, so you guys have a point to kind of go from. And this time we're going to head out east from this outpost and take one of these elevators down to the canyon below and go south from there. We're heading to something called the Neebray Warehouse, and you actually need a friend to get this one. So I'm gonna have some help joining me here in a minute, but in the meantime I'm gonna head out down there. Taking a look at the map, where we want to go is actually right down here, so we're just gonna follow the path around here, around some mountains down to the south, and head right in there, and it's pretty straightforward as long as you have a friend with you. So here we are, the Neebray Warehouse, and there's not really a whole lot in here. Pretty much go straight in to this little elevator here and activate it. It's one of the ones that actually has a switch, so you don't have to wait for it. And go to level 2. And once you get to level 2, you'll see the Datacron sitting there behind a force field, just waiting to be had. Okay, so my friend is here, and we're now going to activate these shield controls to bring down the force field and get to the Datacron on the other side over here. So if I go over here and I start using the shield control as he uses the one on that side, and once they're both activated, we will see the force field drop and let us in here. And you just walk right up and click on the Datacron, and there we have it. So that's the one that you need a little bit of help from. And this one gives us actually the green matrix shard. So if you're adding to your matrix shard collection to make the relics that you're looking for, this is one of the pieces for that. So as long as you have a friend, it's real easy. After a little while, the force field will come back up. If you get trapped in here, you just use this shield control on the inside to let yourself out. And that's pretty much all we got here. So that's how you get that one. You got to bring a little bit of help for this one. Okay, we're back at the Marcaran Imperial Outpost taxi guy yet again. And this time we're going to head over to the east, take a taxi real quick, basically across the valley that we were just down, over to the Sundari Imperial Outpost.
Travel route is confirmed.
Okay, so here we are at the Sundari Outpost. Just arrived at the taxi, Sundari Imperial Outpost. What we're going to do is head out this way, southwest, back into the Gorinth Canyon, across a bridge, and next Datacron is basically not too far from the other side of the bridge. So head up across this bridge. Once we get to the other side of the bridge, we're going to hang a left and go south, hug along the rocks that are there, and we're going to find a little bit of a path that's going to lead us over there. So once you're across the bridge, head south. Jump a few of these rocks here, and what we're going to look for is there's a big satellite dish that kind of tells you where you want to go. So here you see this big satellite dish. As you can see, it pretty much came over this bridge and went almost straight south. And behind the satellite, there is a little ramp that you can go up here on the little rock, jump over here to the little path, and take it past this turret all the way around here. See on the map, now going that way, and we just follow this around, and we'll find it sitting for us right around here. You can see the glow right there, and here we are. So now we're right over here. Pretty much came straight south, up around here, and bam. This here is the Strength +2 Datacron. And from here, we're actually going to go right back to the outpost that we just came from and head in the opposite direction, go northeast. So I'll cut the travel here, but we're basically just going right back from where we came from. Okay, and we're back once again at the Senderi Imperial Outpost taxi guy, and for the last Datacron here on Balmorra, we're going deep into the Balmorra Arms Factory. So this is the one that's got a little bit of more of a ride than most of the other ones. Most of the other ones don't take too long once you're at the right taxi and you know where you're going. This one we're going to have to go drive all the way through and avoid some holes and walls and stuff and get inside the actual arms factory here. So just basically going to follow the road and Alright, so you see we pretty much rode into the heart here. We're going to go actually inside the building. Once we're inside the building, we're going to have to make our way to the inner courtyard outside area, which you'll see in a moment here. Once we're inside. Okay, so here's where we're going to go on. We're starting over here. We're going to have to go east and then through here and then up a ramp here to get to the upper level. And then here's where we're going to head into the Balmorra Arms Factory level 2. Gonna want to go up this ramp here to get up to the second level so that we can get to the outdoor area. Okay, you can see now that we're on level 2, we've got to this outdoor area. And if I stop here for a minute so you can see the map, we started over here. Where we actually want to go is there's a waterfront over here, and the Datacron we're looking for is near the more northern pier on the waterfront. So you actually mount up out here once you're outside again and head over there towards the east. So here we are right here under the dock. Hit the Datacron, and this one will give you cunning, +2 cunning from this Datacron. So, there you have it. Those are the 5 Datacrons available to Imperials on the planet Balmorra. Hope you enjoyed. The Republic version of the video should be coming very soon, and keep an eye out for additional planets. So, take care everybody, and happy Datacron hunting.